We had a ton of properties come across our desk and we had lots of choice about which properties we wanted to put into Affinity. Spent a lot of time evaluating those properties, and we came across this one, and we felt good about it, both from a geological perspective and also from the historical mining that's been done on that property.
Affinity Metals' Regal Project has hosted several past producing mines. The historic Regal Snowflake mines originally drew attention to the project because of the presence of tin in the pre-NI 43-101 resource. Early interpretations of the project drew similarities to the famous Sullivan mine, which economically produced silver, lead, zinc, and tin for over 90 years. The Regal Snowflake mines were mined for silver, lead, and zinc in limited scale prior to 1954, and several high-grade chutes of tin and tungsten ore were also identified, mined, and milled on site in 1952 and 53. Additional work needs to be done to update the resource with today's standards, but exploration done so far is supportive of the previous findings.
So on the Regal property, we have two areas that we've focused on. There's historical mining in both of them. It's a greenfields project. There wasn't a lot of drilling done. In fact, almost no drilling done. There's one hole, I think, on the whole property that was there previous to our ownership. And drilling that property for the first time and to find a discovery in the first drill program is quite something.
To the northwest, the Alco Historic Mine operated in 1936 and 37, producing high-grade concentrate from 5 adits. This region has been a focus for Affinity's ground and drill programs after an impressive discovery hole in 2019. Affinity's exploration programs have uncovered 2 distinct mineralized zones containing high-grade silver, lead, zinc, tin, and gold, with drill assays returning up to 2,612 grams per ton silver. 7 kilometers to the west, a new gold showing was discovered in the proximity of the 100-year-old Adair adit and on trend with Rockmaster's growing Revel Ridge deposit.
These aren't small zones that we're working with. They're large zones that are regional in nature. Back in 2006, I think we started American Creek, and since that time we've been through some ups and downs of the exploration and the gold market. That creates challenges and opportunities, and from those challenges and opportunities and the experience that brings, we put together Affinity. Affinity was born because of that experience. So finding good assets, good properties is key to having a good exploration company. I mean, ultimately what we want to do is find a mine.
The Regal Project is part of a larger regional trend that extends from the past-producing Goldstream mine through Rockmaster's Revel Ridge deposit and cross-cuts the Alco and Regal historic regions. Rockmaster's deposit continues to impress as recent results have expanded mineralization to the northwest and southeast. This expansion is promising as the interpretation that mineralization is indeed regional is becoming more and more certain. The most recent resource update pegged the Revel Ridge deposit to contain 1.36 million ounces of gold equivalent in the measured and indicated category, and 1.22 million ounce gold equivalent in the inferred. Recent exploration in the Alco region has identified 2 mineralized zones. The Revelstoke discovery in 2019 was highlighted by 11.1 meters of 143.29 grams per ton silver, a 0.55 meter interval of 2,612 grams per ton silver, and was expanded in the 2020 program. Through only 788 meters of drilling, in 2020 Affinity intersected silver and gold-bearing base metal veining and a zinc-rich massive sulfide horizon in the discovery of the Silver Slam Zone. The intersections contain gold values up to 1.285 grams per ton gold and silver up to 1,468.11 grams per ton. The horizon is open in all directions, and drilling thus far indicates that it may widen to the northwest. These intersections show the potential for gold mineralization in the vicinity of the historic Alco workings, and the combination of sulfide mineralization and the structural and lithological settings show similarity to Rockmaster's Revel Ridge project, 7 kilometers along strike to the northwest. In 2012, using the now Revel Ridge deposit as a reference zone, an aerial Z-TEM survey identified 4 additional target zones across the Regal project. All of this culminates into a project that has massive polymetallic potential and warrants continued exploration. Led by CEO Rob Edwards, the project is in the hands of a seasoned management team with over 30 years of combined experience, and a mission to develop the project putting shareholder value at the forefront.
So back in 2017, we took over the management of Affinity. It was restructured just before we took it over, and that really poised the structure of Affinity with very little shares outstanding, just under 50 million shares outstanding as we speak, and we've been very careful to maintain that. We have about 70% of those shares outstanding held by management and a core group of investors that have been with us for a long time. The less shares that are outstanding, the more value that can be created for the individual shareholders that are involved. And so that's been a key goal for us as we move forward, is to keep that share structure intact. I don't think there's any space where shareholders can realize more value, in other words, make more money, than in our space. And we see a lot of strength in gold, and this could be the first signs of the real bull market as we move ahead, and we see the opportunities that we've created with Affinity to move forward in that. I'm Rob Edwards. I'm the CEO of Affinity Metals. Affinity Metals trades on the TSX Venture Exchange. Ticker symbol is AFF.